every crisis is opportunity. Maybe crisis is no longer about forced action, but taking a look at crisis reveals the truth. My job, my career, my business is never about my job, my career, or my business, but it is just a perfect reflection, a perfect mirror of my personal evolution. And those who create value will always stay relevant. I want you to understand the law of compensation. It gives so much freedom in terms of my income because I understand the law of compensation. The law of compensation is divided in three parts. The first part here is, and I'm here sa bahay ko, and I'm excited for tonight. I'm really overly joyful kasi yung topic, no, na binigay sa akin, mahal na mahal ko at excited na excited ako, specifically the word crisis, no? And nakakatuwa lang, no? Siguro sabi ng iba, parang sira ulo to si Coach Ras, no? Kasi karamihan pag sinabing crisis, takot ka agad, no? And siguro nasanay lang ako for the longest time, kasi for the longest time meron akong parang mentor na Chinese who's really in terms of business crisis free kasi lahat na nung down, up and down of business for the past, I should say, 50 years na nagpapatakbo siya ng negosyo, never talaga siyang tinamaan ng crisis simply because naintindihan niya yung crisis in Chinese is opportunity. So therefore, for tonight, no, instead of us being afraid of crisis, instead of us pushing back, no, not doing anything because we're so afraid. Maybe we're in a flight or freeze or fight mode because crisis nga, okay? Uunahan ko na that every crisis is opportunity. So again, yung topic ko is about crisis-free business. And I would like to just handle this based on how I want to handle this.
In progress.
Is being able to understand that maybe the businessman will have a crisis-free life so that whatever business na meron, okay, nagiging crisis-free, no? So, yung crisis hindi lang naman ito yung pandemic, no? Yung crisis hindi lang naman ito yung tinatawag nating katulad ngayon, may oil price increase, no? And or may war na nangyayari, no? Siguro yung crisis, in other words, maybe in our life may mga emergency, no? Pag may emergency, automatic red flag kagad yan, no? Or maybe may breakdown, may nangyari na hindi natin gusto, biglang boom, nagulat ka, ano nang gagawin ko, no? Or maybe it's disruption. Yung normal day-to-day mo, nagbago at a lot of times people don't know how to go about it. Or maybe crisis can be in terms of may nag-collapse or maybe there's chaos. Or a lot of times nagiging shock or setbacks ito sa iba't ibang term. Or maybe beautiful term about crisis also a turning point. So again, different terms. But again, it's the meaning we give into, or maybe sa Tagalog, i-explore natin, ano ba yung mga iba't ibang synonyms, diba? Or synonyms ng crisis. Perhaps, syempre, no, sa Tagalog ng crisis. Okay? A lot of people sinasabing problema. No? And a lot of times, pag problema, tatlo lang pwedeng puntahan ng matao. Number one is either freeze, walang gagawin, nakatunganga, na-shock, okay? Tapos, in denial, ang tawag dyan, flight, no? Siguro ang iba, kakain ng madami, no? Katulad ngayon, na-stress ako ngayong gabi dito sa live natin sa Zoom, no? Napaubos ako ng isang basong purple yam, at dahil na-stress ako, kakain naman ako ng pangalawa, no? Kasi umorder ako ng 10 purple yam dito. Or maybe some of us would look at is at Tagalog trend, sakuna, kaguluhan, pagsubok, or maybe pagkagulat, pagkabagsak, or pagbabago. In other words, okay, I'd like you to understand that at the end of the day, pag sinabing crisis, this means when things stop working and you are forced to respond whether you like it or not. No? And I think the most recent that we can all relate was the COVID. No? Biglang, wow, anong nangyari? All of a sudden, may lockdown. Okay? And then napilitan tayong mag-respond, mag-expand, makibagay, whether ready ka or hindi. No? And para sa akin, ano ba ang aking take dito? Sa totoo lang, no? To be very honest, to be very open, okay? Maraming crisis ang dumaan sa buhay ko. Maybe every quarter, every month, every day. But hindi ko siya tinitignan as a problem, as emergency. Pero tinitignan ko siya as a feedback, revealing what is no longer in full alignment, what is no longer truth about you, or maybe that is not so stable, then it's time to shift. And if that is how we take a look at it, maybe crisis is no longer about forced action, but taking a look at crisis reveals the truth. So, siguro, ang gusto ko lang i-share sa inyo in as far as I am concerned, in as far as where I'm concerned as a transformational coach, na a lot of times, no, specifically, when things are said na magiging pahirapan sa buhay, gagapang tayo. No? Specifically, the recent things that's happening right now in Dubai, in the Gulf War, and the prices are going up, and a lot of times nagpapanik karamihan ng tao. If I am very open, not to be very insensitive, okay, ni hindi ko naramdaman na meron palang ganon. Ni hindi ko naramdaman na eto pala yon. No? Hindi ako affected. In fact, mas excited pa ako kasi mas marami akong kilala, mas gumanda, mas guminhawa yung buhay nila the moment tinamaan ng crisis, the moment tinamaan ng emergency, the moment na hindi maganda nangyari. Because why? Maybe our job here is just to prepare ourselves when things are happening not the way we want it, when things are actually crumbling, or maybe when something is taken away from you, and maybe something is being destroyed. The most important part here is gaano ba ako ka-prepare. And at the end of the day, it's never about things will be permanent. I'll guarantee you, there's no such thing as permanent because the world is ever changing. And therefore, our job here is to make sure that when this happens, you are prepared. Specifically, when there are a lot of things in our lives is happening not the way we want it, hindi po maiiwasan yan. Because this is the whole truth. There will always be a never-ending constant change. And if you're not ready with this never-ending constant change, we will be left. And which means, I can always say 9 out of 10 or 9.5 out of 10, pag merong ganitong news, automatic fear, automatic doubt, automatic worry. And the more you fear about things, the more you worry about things, the more you doubt about things, it will allow you not just to go up, but it will allow you to go spiral down. So therefore, my job here tonight is ano bang action plan ang pwede kong gawin so that when crisis happens, when something is happening not the way I want it, when my world is crumbling, yes, I will be looking at it. I will not be denying that there's something's happening, but automatic, I respond right away. I do not react. Maybe if there's one thing I want you to understand, the reason why I am being created with the life that I want today is simply because I understand that my job, my career, my business is never about my job, my career, or my business, but it is just a perfect reflection, a perfect mirror of my personal evolution. So which means if I stop evolving, which means if I stop transforming, which means if I stop becoming the person who can actually face anything and everything that will show up in my life, umulan, bumagyo, bumaha, may tsunami, it will always show up. But the bigger question here is, how prepared am I? And the only solution here is for us to understand there's only two things in life. It's either you're growing or you're dying. You cannot be stable. Stable is dead. Stable is gone. Stable is just dead. It's not moving. And therefore, if you are afraid of what's going on in your life today because maybe you have not been growing to the person who can face all of these challenges, specifically what is going on right now in our lives. I'll tell you, AI, digitalization, all of these things going on is fast. And whether we like it or not, it's happening. Why? Especially if you're working right now, AI is replacing tasks. Nabasa ko lang, Facebook is actually asking people to resign, 8,000 people. Why? Because again, AI is replacing tasks. Speed is replacing security, and those who create value will always stay relevant. So which means, if crisis ito in terms of business, if crisis ito in terms of your job and your career, maybe I want you to understand that do not look at your job, do not look at your career, do not look at your business as your main source of the blessings that you want in your life, but I want you to focus on the most important thing, which is your source, and I call him God. That if I focus myself in my source, and my source is never changing, he is the same yesterday, today, and forever, always been what? Always been abundant, always been limitless, and therefore, pag doon ako nakafocus, magbago man ang mundo, magunaw man ang negosyo ko, mawalan man ako ng trabaho, no problem, because He has always been providing for me. Sabi nga doon sa Mark, look at the birds in the air. They don't work, they don't harvest, they don't store in the barn, and yet they are alive, they're happy, they're excited. Why? Because they're well taken care by the source. They're well taken care by the Creator. They're well taken care by our God. And therefore, maybe the bird knows its job. And its job is just to be a bird. Its purpose, to sing and fly and multiply. Not thinking of stress, anxiety, pressure. But the bigger question here is, sino bang mas mahalaga, ibon o ikaw? I think pareho lang naman tayong nilikha ng Diyos. And I would always say, in God's eyes, on a soul level, on a spiritual level, we are equal. Walang lamangan. But in the marketplace, we have different values. And perhaps tonight, I want you to understand the law of compensation. And this is universal law. Whether you believe this or not, whether you know this or not, it's always happening. And this is something that I hold dearly in my heart. That again, no matter what industry I belong, no matter what business I put up, no matter what, in everything that I do, it gives so much freedom in terms of my income because I understand the law of compensation. The law of compensation is divided in three parts. The first part here is the need of what you do. Yung ginagawa mo ba, yung trabaho mo ba, yung negosyo mo ba, yung career mo ba, may pangangailangan. That's number one, level one. However, number two is also important. The degree of difficulty, kung mahirap ba yung ginagawa mo. Kasi kung pagwawalis, ang ginagawa mo, hindi siya mahirap. In fact, pwede siyang palitan. Nung nakita ko, galing kami sa Singapore nung last week lang, yung nagwawalis hindi tao, yung parang truck lang, pwedeng palitan. But if you really want enormous, gigantic amount of income, number three, the level of you being indispensable. Anong ibig sabihin? Okay ba na mawala ka kung saan ka nag-work? That means you are replaceable. You are dispensable. Kasi kung hindi, that's where the income comes in. That's where walang crisis pa ganun, sa totoo lang. And I guess that's where I want you to understand that maybe my whole focus right now tonight is to let you know that if you're facing a lot of difficulty, struggle, or maybe a lot of crisis in your life, some people call it midlife crisis. No? Some people would call it problema. Okay? Natantad ng problema. Kasi nga, sa totoo lang, hindi ka handa sa mga bagay na kailangan mo paghandaan para pag dumating yung gusto mo, kaya mo siyang saluin. So balik pa rin ako sa paulit-ulit ko sinasabi that if you are having trouble in your life right now, dalawa lang po yung ating tinatawag na cause. Kung paulit-ulit ka at ganyan pa rin ang buhay mo, kasi number one, hindi ka natuto sa dapat mong matutunan sa buhay. In English, you haven't learned the lesson that life is teaching you, and therefore, you continually have the same problem again and again and again, over and over again. No amount of prayer, no amount of you denying it, no amount of you fighting against it can solve the problem, because maybe the problem here is you haven't learned the lesson yet, and therefore, the biggest lesson in life here is for you to start owning up, is for you to start being radically responsible with the things that's going on in your life, because when you are responsible, everything will be in peace, everything will just be moving forward, and if you're not yet where you want to be, but you're on your way, because you understand that you are just being prepared. And I would rather have you prepare you as a vessel, because this is what others in life. In everything that we want in our lives, we are just context. We are just container. We are just what I call the vessel of the light of our Creator. And therefore, I'll give you 4 things to work on, because when you start working on this and you bring this to your family, instant success. You bring this to your health, instant success. You bring this to your business, instant success. Why? Because now, you now know that whatever is going on in your life, crisis is external, but the internal peace is something you want to take care of. 4 things I want you to understand. Number 1, you are a vessel of everything that you want in your life. And if what you want is not happening in your life, maybe because number 1, your vessel is not cleansed. And therefore, I want you to start clearing your vessel. What does it mean? Clear all the things that are actually stopping you from being grateful in life. Which means, i-clear mo na lahat ng sama ng loob, i-clear mo na lahat ng baggages, because here's the whole truth. The light of the Creator cannot get in the moment your heart is heavy. The moment your heart is full of resentment. The moment you're resisting what's going on, that means your ego is now bigger than your faith in your God. Because resistance and resentment is a byproduct of your ego. Yun bang sama ng loob? Yung irritation, yung selos, yung galit. I'm not saying masama ang magsama ng loob. What I'm trying to say here is, when you feel bad, automatic, you shift to, alright, forgive and create boundaries. Huwag mo na siyang bitbitin, because pag bitbit mo siya, yung light ng Creator hindi papasok. So therefore, your first job here is to make sure that you clear your vessel, you clear your heart, because when your heart is clear, automatic, you are excited, you feel good, then you be creative, then you create a lot of solution. That's the first step. However, if you want to maintain and sustain the blessing, number 2, you must make sure that you are a money-making machine and your vessel needs to be nurtured. Kailangan mong alagaan. Because again, we always say, if money is what you want, it's energy. But how can you contain energy? You don't even have energy. And therefore, start taking care of your vessel. Nurture it. Make sure that you have good sleep. Make sure you have good movement. Make sure that you nourish your body. You drink your water, because in the end, useless lahat ng kitaan, useless lahat ng fame, useless lahat ng success natin. Why? Because you don't take care of your physical body. Sabi nga, the body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, and therefore our job here is to take care of our physical body. Now, cleanse the vessel, nurture the vessel. Number 3 is connect the vessel, and this is where I am extremely happy to tell you that when you are connected to the source, when you are connected to your divine Almighty, when you take time to be still and connect yourself through a mindfulness exercise, to stillness, and I call it meditation. And it's been 7 years that I have not missed a single day. The moment I wake up every day, for 1 straight hour, I stay there, connecting myself to my source. Why? Because after that, my entire day is just well-guided. My entire day is just well-supported. And in fact, kaya hindi naramdaman ng mga business partners ko, ng mga teammates ko, ng mga katrabaho ko, na may crisis pala. Kasi long before the crisis happened, we are already prepared. Bakit? Siyempre, iba yung guided ka ng above. Why? When you're connected deeply to the source, then you are well-guided, and that's where I want you to start looking into. That's connection. Why? Because you need His guidance. You need His download, and you need His inspiration, that moment to moment, you are given some ideas, and that idea will now start to create solutions. And hindi pa nangyayari problema, may solution na. Therefore, walang crisis. Kasi nga, naihanda mo na yung sarili mo. Just to give you an example, no? 2020, biglang nag-lockdown. Yung industry namin is really purely face-to-face. Hindi kami affected because again, 2 years ago pa, 2018, nagzo-zoom na kami. Can you imagine that? And most of us, no, kasi walang face-to-face, walang digital pa at that part. Marami sa amin kumita at nagtuturo ko paano mag-zoom. Eto pa, meron pa kami isang kasama na inaral yung Canva, na hindi pa uso yung Canva, and seriously, he was able to buy a house, a lot, and a beautiful place for his family. First time, nagkaroon ng bahay at lupa dahil sa Canva. Can you imagine? And right now, everyone is using it. Kumbaga, when you are well guided because you are connected to the source, you will be guided through so that when crisis happens, you are extremely prepared and therefore there's no crisis. Now, most important part, you just don't only clear the vessel, nurture the vessel, connect the vessel. Here's the most important part. Number 3 is I want you to start to expand the vessel. What does it mean? As an employee, if you are working, you must make sure that number 1, you must have AI fluency. You must know how to use AI to produce faster output, better and smarter output. Again, daig ng mga magaling sa AI, yung mga hindi marunong ng AI. So hindi pwedeng hindi ka natututo ng AI, guys. I intentionally spend an hour every day to learn about this at 55 years old. Why? I understand that if I am not fluent in AI, mabagal ang kilos ng buhay ko at mawawala ako sa aking field. Pangalawa, workforce. Make sure that your execution is mabilis. Speed is the name of the game, but don't just be fast. Make sure you create and deliver not only speed but quality, which means deliver result that is consistent. That's second thing. Speed is the name of the game. Number 3, very important, again, problem solving. Kaya ka nga hinire para ikaw ay tutulong mag-solve ng problema ng boss mo. And the most important skill here for problem solving is critical thinking. Don't just wait for instruction. Don't just wait for your boss to tell you what to do. Kailangan ikaw pangunahan mo, which means as early as now, find solutions, not excuses. Because when you are a solution finder, oh my God, I'll tell you, mahirap kang pakawalan. Again, the need for what you do, the difficulty of the job that you're doing, however, are you indispensable? And that is where you become crisis-free. Number 4, very important, is you must learn how to communicate clearly in a way that is simple. No, a lot of times, nakakagulat when people, especially right now, natuto lang mag-AI, no, lahat ng kanilang communication, hala, in-AI na. Again, nothing wrong about it except nawala yung essence ng gusto mong sabihin. Ako, I'd rather have clear, direct, simple, outcome-based, outcome-focused communication. Which is, wala nang paligoy-ligoy. Tayo, Pilipino, ang dami natin paligoy-ligoy. Hindi mo maitumbok yung gusto mong sabihin, tapos kung hindi naman nabigay, sumama ang loob mo. Kasi ba't hindi ka klaro magsalita? Sabihin mo talaga lahat ng gusto mong sabihin in a very simple, direct, outcome-based communication. That's very important for the workforce. And last but not least, maybe number 5 is learn leadership. Because ang leaders, yan yung least na tatanggalin. But the most important part here as a leader, it's no longer you telling people what to do, you giving people instruction or information because instruction and information are available, but it's the ability to coach, the ability to facilitate learning, the ability to mentor and elevate others in your team. Because if you are in this category, hindi ka ma-face out and you will always have a crisis-free life. Most important part here, again, for business owners, 5 recommendations that I want you to expand yourself. Number 1, make sure that you are AI-driven systems. I want you to start building leverage beyond people. So which means do not just focus on people, but focus on AI that people start working on. And the good news here in May 9, ladies and gentlemen, May 9, this is the focus of what we want to teach you. And we have all the speakers, all the founders who will give you all the things that I'm talking about. Number 2, business owner strategic thinking, which means you now start to position yourself. The great timing and direction, it's really important, and it's great for you to hear from our speaker on May 9. Okay, this crisis-proof business. Number 3, very important, is deep market understanding. And when I say deep market understanding, let us understand the market right now. Not only the market, but the current workforce. And right now, I have current workforce who belongs to the Gen Alpha. What are their behaviors? What are their buying patterns? And the Gen Zulu or the Gen Z. Because 90% of our clients and workforce will come from these channels. But if we don't have deep understanding, I don't know where we'll be. Number 4, very important, is your personal branding and authority. Which is, hindi ka na pwede na wala ka online. Because at the end of the day, the future the currency of the future. And they say future, this is like 2 or 3 years from now. By 2030, currency will no longer be money. The currency of the future is trust. But how can people trust you? Based on who they see in the internet, which is become the trust and the signal of what people are looking for in terms of how they can actually be supported by you. And last but not the least, very important, business owner. Don't just manage your business, manage your finances. Lead your people to build them as if they're also part owner of your business, because at the end of the day, when you build a team of leaders, not employees, that will be the time that you will create an enormous, gigantic wave of crisis for business. And the bigger question here is, how have you been intentional? When they say intentional, have you been setting aside time every day to grow and expand yourself in all of this aspects? Because if not, ay talagang magka-crisis ka. Kakabahan ka talaga. Kasi hindi ka naghanda. Parang exam lang yan. No? Bakit ka pa mag-cramming sa exam kung kailan malapit exam? What if araw-araw mo siyang inaral? Wala talaga. When it's intentional, put it in your day. Don't just pag may time ako, hindi. Really spend enormous, gigantic amount of time. Be intentional about your growth versus just waiting and hoping for something to happen. No! Kakainin ka, machuchunami ka, and not only be intentional around it, be intense around it. Grow, grow, grow. And that's why on May 9, guys, May 9, tandaan nyo to, we have an event. And this event will be covered by a lot of people who already are crisis-proof, that they have systems, they have processes, and this is not just motivational, but this is you. They will walk you through with all the things that they know about, the things that I've been sharing about, because you no longer have to wait and hope for a crisis-free life, but you are now creating a crisis-free life, crisis-free business, because you are now equipped. But don't just be intentional, be intense around it. Show up and learn and grow and truly expand. If not, forget about life. Most important skill that I am truly faithful, even if a crisis that will happen in my life that ma-wipe out man lahat, maubos man lahat, hindi ako kakabahan, mas excited pa ako kasi alam ko hinahanda ko lang sarili ko. Hinahanda lang ako ng source. Hinahanda lang ako ng Panginoon. But the greatest asset is not just your skills. It's not just your strategy, but it's your faith. And you must make sure that you're working on your faith by number 1, continually stay connected with the source. Number 2, continually seek guidance from Him. But the most important expression of faith is not focusing on profit, but make sure that you move with your purpose. Why? This is how you build true abundance, true wealth. Because abundance and wealth is not just about money. In fact, money is just a result of inner through abundance. Sabi nga sa Proverbs 16:3, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. And I guess this is something that I want to start looking into, that you're not just having a crisis-free life. That yes, something might happen in my health, but here's the thing, I'll just be grateful that I'm still alive. Or maybe somebody in my family, people who I love, biglang taken out. Yes, I will be sad, but hindi ako matitinag. Or maybe in my business, something happened, back to zero. I'll still be grateful because I know that my source is abundant, that my source has every plan to give what I want in both quality and quantity, na lahat ng blessing na gusto ko parang hangin lang. Pag kailangan ko, hihigupin ko lang. Inhale. Pero am I willing to exhale? And let it go, because I know in the next inhale, it will always be available. And that is where crisis-free life. Meaning our life is moving it from fear, doubt, worry, to maybe moving it to faith. Tiwala lang, as long as you're connected. Kasi what I don't want is tiwala lang, I just prayed about it, tapos wala ka namang ginagawa. Hindi. Your only job here is to make sure that you are preparing your vessel. That when your vessel is clean, nurtured, connected, expanded, my God, all of these things shall be added unto you. And that is not a lie. That is all true. And if it's not added unto you, because maybe you're still working on your hard work, your strategic work. Again, I have nothing against both, but nauubos yan. But when I am focusing on my faith work, indeed, all of these things shall be added unto you. And that is a guarantee that we embody, we live. And these things that I'm talking about is not just for me, but it's for anyone and everyone who is just faithful in their faith work. Everyone, take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Baka may mga comment, may mga question, entertain natin yan. Go ahead, magandang gabi.
I would like just to share yung learning ko for today na like earlier, nagkaroon tayo ng maliit na crisis yung sa technical difficulties. But na-realize ko dito, Coach, na it really is about internal work. The level of preparedness that I have sa even sa small crisis or kung malaki man yan, gaano ko siya kaya i-take in or paano ako makaka-cope is depende siya how I prepared or how I did my inner work.
The worst place to be, G, is to a space wherein you're spiral down. When you say spiral down, hindi ka na kumikita, na wala ka pa ng pag-asa, lubog na lubog ka, and that's the worst place to be. But how did you get there? You got there simply because maybe you did not take care of yourself na number one, madali kang ma-disturb. No, konting change lang, na-disturb ka na. So you have to understand, when you are disturbed easily and you do not catch yourself, the next day is the moment you are disturbed, you go to the next day which you get discouraged. No, ito example lang, no? Ako klaro kong kausap. Alas 6 pa lang, ready na ako. Bakit ito walang nangyari? Baby. Alright. Magsa-7 na wala ka. Right? So I caught myself, okay, na-disturb ako ng konti, pero I didn't go to the next day, which is discouraged. Parang, ayoko na to. Di ba? Parang ganun yung tao kaagad eh. Pag na-disturb, na-discourage, then what they do, they go to the next day, which is what we call distract. Which is they do a lot of things to push them away from where they wanna go, and delikado kasi some people nalulung na. And they don't even know they're distracting themselves. The moment you start distracting yourself, then you now go to the next D, which is what I call disalignment. Then downward spiral. Then lastly, death of your dreams. And a lot of people, I just always say, 9 out of 10 nawalan na ng pag-asa kasi nga, they are easily disturbed and they go to the spiral down process, which can be, by the way, supported by extreme self-care. Most important part, growth, experience, contribution. Those are the things that I've always been talking about and will always talk about because that got me to where I'm today. I'm not saying that I don't get disturbed. I do. Except that mabilis akong mag-shift at hindi rin ako naaabuso because I always also do boundaries. And that's where I am standing right now. That's where I'm preaching because everything I'm preaching here is what I embody. I'm also learning again and again.
Greatest takeaway ko, natamaan ako dun sa being intentional dun sa direction of AI, sa direction of personal branding, sa direction of building a team of leaders. Ako kasi, Coach, no, for the longest time na you've been guiding me, alam ko na gawin, alam ko na yung mga topic na yun, pero I was stuck if I was intentional to do that, lagyan na ng schedule. So, ang assignment ko after this call, lalagyan ko na ng schedule to mga to. Kasi currently, Coach, hindi ko pa siya nalagyan ng schedule, pero it's better na, it's better to start at 1% or 2% of action than nothing eh. And I'll build my momentum. I'll start na, Coach.
Yeah.
Promise
So,
ko sa'yo.
can I give you a tip?
Yes, Coach.
Alright, you have 24 hours a day, tama ba?
Yes.
Alright, so 24 hours a day, tanggalin na natin yung 8 hours ng tulog. You have 16 hours, alright?
Yes,
16 hours divided by family, health, business, klaro?
Yes, Coach.
And what else? Faith.
Yep.
How much time do you spend for your health in a day? Yeah, let's say 1 hour a day.
1 hour, yes.
Okay, so you have 15 hours, okay? How about, intentionally spending it with the people who you love? Yung talagang really sit down, holding hands, I love you, mama, chim.
Mga 3 hours. 3 hours.
Wow, talaga ha? Sige. So, 11 hours ang natira. Ano pa? How about your spiritual life?
For the meditation, Coach, daily 1 hour.
Alright, so 10 hours, okay? Sa 10 hours, yung totoong you're at the work. Talagang yung umaariba ka sa trabaho, yung ikaw mismo ang tumatrabaho ng trabaho.
Kahit siguro 6 hours, Coach.
Alright, 6 hours, okay? So you have 4 hours, and my question to you, what are you doing with that 4 hours? So why not 1 hour for personal branding, 1 hour a day? How would that look like?
Will take me to heights.
Yeah, 1 hour a day to really learn and learn and learn about leadership, about coaching, about AI. Yeah, you still have 2 extra hours. So which means I don't know why people are telling me they cannot do it. Maybe there's no intention around it. Sabi nga,
Yes.
when you think about it, it's a vision. When you talk about it, it's a dream. When you write it, it's a goal. But when you schedule it, it's a reality. Schedule it.